everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my 24 weeks pregnancy update. So if you want to see how I've been doing this past week, then keep watching. So I really wanted to sit down and film this video today because I'm actually 24 plus 4 if I've got my days right, and it's Saturday today and I change over every Tuesday, but it's been such a manic week and so much stuff has been going on, so I feel like I've got a lot of lifestyle chatty updates to sort of include in this video, as well as symptoms and things like that. But I'm going to crack on with symptoms because they're probably the most interesting part when it comes to pregnancy, and I have had a few new symptoms in the past week and a half, and they're like, I don't know, it's just interesting the way things have started to change. And one of the biggest things, and this is the earliest time I've ever had these, is that I've actually started to get Braxton Hicks, or Tony Braxtons as I like to call them. But the first time I was aware of it was when I went to the theatre with my mum and dad last week. So I was like 23 and a bit, and I realised that when I was standing up, because we were standing for quite a while we were waiting to be seated, and my tummy was rock hard, like really hard, and I was actually quite uncomfortable. And I found the whole night, because I was sat in like these theatre chairs, and it's quite an old theatre, so the chair's quite small, and I was so uncomfortable, and my belly kept going like really hard and then like relaxing again. And it was the first time that I'd been really sort of hyper aware of Braxton Hicks this early on, which has never ever happened before. With Daisy and Bill I did get them, I think it was like slightly more towards like being 30 plus weeks, but this time around it felt really like obvious to me. And sometimes I feel like this pregnancy is a lot more different because I am like physically smaller, so I feel like I'm more sort of aware of what's happening with my body, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but it definitely felt different. And talking of the theatre, and while we were there, obviously the music was very loud, and this little boy, as I've mentioned before, is relatively calm in his movements. He's quite reliable, he moves when he moves and he has his own routine, and I'm very aware of that. But while we were there, oh my goodness, he was going crazy. He was like a little lunatic. So he either really likes music, but I actually suspect that it's more likely that he was getting a bit peed off because he wanted to stay asleep and it was too noisy for him. But it was really nice to think that I was like watching it with an extra little family member. I am starting to find myself getting slightly more uncomfortable at night now. I wouldn't say that I'm getting too disturbed by, like, you know, toilet trips or things like that. I usually need an extra toilet trip in the middle of the night around 3. And what's really funny is Mark is starting to need like sympathy toilet trips. So I go, and then when I'm coming back into the bedroom we'll like bang into each other in the dark, and then he'll go, and I feel like I've got his body in the same routine as mine now, and it's really funny, but I think it's like really annoying for him as well because there's no reason for him to need to get up, but he is. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit like achy, my back's always sore. Yeah, it's just, I'm just getting bigger, and I think that's like part and parcel of like the stage I'm at now in my pregnancy. One thing I've also started to notice now is that my ability to eat is a lot like less, I would say. I would say that like heartburn is getting more prominent. I have a bit right now to the point where it almost makes me feel a little bit sickly, not sick or queasy, but just a bit like, oh no, I don't want to eat anything because I don't want to irritate it more. I've not had to start taking things like Gaviscon regularly or anything like that. I've just sort of kept an eye on it, and I've been trying to drink a lot more. But I just feel like I'm less interested in food. Like, I'm hungry, don't get me wrong, but I'm not able to eat as much, and I put all this effort into cooking meals, and then when it's in front of me I'm like, nah, it'll do, I'll eat a bit of it. Although on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you give me a packet of After Eights, I'm yours. Oh my goodness. And I'm not even gonna lie, at the moment in my fridge there are 3 packs of After Eights or After Eight copycats because I have a problem. So the nicest thing about hitting 24 weeks is that this baby boy in my tummy is now viable, and that means that he has a 50% chance of survival if he was born now, which, you know, touch wood, that doesn't happen. I've never had a premature baby, but I have experienced NICU, and I don't want to go through that at all. I don't think anybody does, but I did do like a little fist pump when we got to 24 weeks on Tuesday, because I just felt like, yes, this is a really good thing, especially with all the worry I've had in this pregnancy. It just feels really nice to know that we're like hitting those normal milestones, and I'm really pleased about that. And we're making headway now as well when it comes to preparing for him, because our hallway has been decorated. So if you follow me like elsewhere, like on Instagram and things like that, I will leave the links down below. You'll see that like our hallway has been in the process of being like stripped, and all the walls filled in, and all the woodwork like sanded and prepped, and it's all been painted now and it's finished. And we are just so pleased, because it just means that our house is going to be in a much better state when he arrives, because it was kind of the last room in the house that I needed to sort out, and we needed to get in a better state. It was in really bad condition, and I'm not even over exaggerating it. It had a very old and dirty, musty, dusty carpet, and the walls were patchy with plaster work that had been done and wood chip wallpaper, and it's all been like very sort of hectic getting it done. It took about a week and a half to get it all done in total, but this weekend is like, it's all done and dusted, finished yesterday on Friday, and we're home, and I'm able to sort of tidy up a little bit, and I've made space because we have chest of drawers that live on our landing, and they're just extra storage, but that's where all of his clothes are going to be while he doesn't have a bedroom, because we are obviously going to have him in with us in the beginning, and then eventually I think Bill and Daisy are going to share, and he's going to go into Daisy's old room until we can afford to extend our house further. That's the plan, and I'm really quite comfortable with it. Like, we need a score if we wanted a third, that would be the way that it would all work out for a little bit, and we're okay with that, and I think the kids are too, so that's the main thing. But it was really nice sort of like finding homes for his things, and like putting them away, and folding little sleep suits and vests and stuff like that, and it just felt really real, so that was exciting. I've really started to, as we've started to approach Christmas and obviously the end of 2017, I've started to really contemplate the fact that I'm having a baby next year. And I remember feeling like this with both of my other children, because they were born in the new year rather towards like, you know, the end of the year. So I would always go, like, get to New Year's Day and I'd be like, this is the year that I'm having a baby, and I remember that feeling really well. And I'm starting to feel like that now, like it's our last Christmas as a family of 4, and I'm really like excited about that, and thinking about like getting another personalized decoration for the tree next year. In fact, it's giving me goosebumps while I talk about it. I'm that excited, and I'm just feeling very sort of content. The insecurities I've had about my body and my worth and the way like Mark feels about me, because as you know, if you've watched my last couple of vlogs, I felt really insecure and really ugly and just not myself. They have started to fade, and Mark has been really sensitive to that, and he's been so loving and caring and amazing, and I feel like I'm 10 times more in love with him, if that was even possible. But I still do have moments of self-doubt, and I still do have moments where like I don't feel comfortable in my pregnant body, and I've never experienced that before. Like previously I've always really embraced it, so that's been a bit of it's been a bit sad really that I feel that way, because it's my last pregnancy and I really do want to sort of shake myself and, you know, grab onto it. But it's obvious to me that I gained weight, and I'm really conscious of it now. Like I feel like my arms are a little bit bigger, and I've got like fattier thighs again, and my bum's a bit bigger, but it is all normal. And I know that I've gone on about after eights and how much I love them, but it's not like I'm just sat here every day eating like pizza and takeaways and burgers and chips and all that jazz. Like, I am being good, it's just, it's hard to watch your body change. I think I was just in such a good place physically that I still can't get that out of my head, and it's annoying me. But I'm trying really hard. Like I've curled my hair today, I've done my makeup nicely and stuff, and I'm actually wearing, get this, some coated maternity leggings from ASOS that look a bit like leather ones. And today I feel a bit like Sandy from Greece, you know, when she has a makeover and she's like, tell me about it, stirred. But I'm obviously not that skinny and that sexy, so it's like Sandy from Greece if she was a chubby brunette pregnant lady from the north of England, but I'm embracing it. I'll show you my leggings in a second. I'm also wearing a maternity slash like breastfeeding friendly top that I got from ASOS as well, so I'll leave them linked both down below if you like the look of them. But yeah, I will quickly show you my belly and then I'll let you go. So these are my shiny leggings, and if you can see, they have like a nice cottony bit here, and then the sheeny bit is obviously around the leg, so your bump is nice and comfortable. And I like that it comes a bit more lower down, because then you don't, like when you sit down, you don't feel like, you know, this fabric's in the way or anything, but they're so comfy. But yeah, they are so comfortable and really nice quality, so I can definitely recommend them. And this is my week 25 bump. Now, a lot of people that I know day to day think that this is my biggest pregnancy so far. Like, I'm showing a lot more, so I'm very intrigued to see like what size he is and how I'm measuring at my next midwife appointment in December. And then this is my bare bump. And then this is the maternity top, by the way, which has this bit that pulls up, and then there's two slits here to poke your nipples out of, which is handy. But I saw it and I quite liked the tie detail here, so I picked it up and I thought, oh, I can wear that when he's here as well, if I am lucky enough to breastfeed. So yeah, that is everything for week 24. I'm sure I'm going to be filming week 25 before I know it, but I really wanted to sit down and do this because I don't want to miss any weeks, because I tried really hard to document this being like my last pregnancy and everything. But let me know how you're all doing in the comments down below, and let me know if you've got any sort of pregnancy video requests, because obviously I have almost 15 weeks left to my due date, which isn't like, it's not a short amount of time, but I don't want to like miss out on anything. So if there's anything that you would like to see, let me know. And yeah, I am just really grateful that you're here and still watching as always. You're a lovely, lovely bunch and I really appreciate you. So have a lovely day whatever you're up to, and I'll see you next time. Bye.